So this is the true form of the powers that be. And this is her human form, a black woman. Marvel Gods is over with. Let me go back to issue 7 because it started off with these people right here, right? They blast off into another reality. Then we go to Star City in Russia the next day. And we meet up with this boy right here. The government come get his ass. So they take his ass to this lab. And they want his ass to try to remember a sound. They want to know if he heard it before. He don't know what the fuck going on. They just looking at him. They're like, something has happened that we don't understand and we're hoping that you can help us. Will you help us? He was like, yeah. So they turn the machine on and you hear and his ass like do some weird ass fucking pose. He's like, have you heard that shit before? He says, no. He's like, this is a waste of damn time. Then bro walks up to him like, I don't know if you remember me or not, but your parents invited me for dinner. He's like, I remember. He tells him about his parents and what happened to him. He said they lost contact with their ass like 8 hours ago. The sound that they played for him was relayed to him by the damn ship that they was on itself. The crew reported the sound, then there was a sharp increase in the volume and frequency, which was then followed by nothing but silence. So they think that they're dead. They're starting to fear the worst. So he's wondering why y'all ain't tell me. He said, because your parents are cosmonaut. And they basically about to give up. And he's like, I ain't gonna give up on you. Here, take this card and I'll help you no matter what. Just hit me up. There's a lot of mysteries in the universe unknown and solved, and it's quite possible that this may be one of them. So we see him grow up. This is him. That was him when he was a kid. You've been reading this shit. That's Dimitri. And he got this Pokédex thing that know all the knowledge within the universe. So they get in this car and he got to explaining to him what the access points of the universe is. This is the access of power in the universe. On one end lies science and on the other magic. There are other accesses. Along one is measured birth and death, while the other measures good and evil. Together they form the cube-like shape of the universe. The totality of everything in it, I know of all things. They get the Doctor Strange crib, right? Dr. Strange in here working on this monster. He wanted to come through and drop these like things off in his crib. He's like, I told your ass no once before. That's when he got to talking to him about Win, the dude that's the avatar for the powers to be. He's like, nah, he don't call me. I never really talk to him like that. He said, what's up? He said, that's because you wouldn't approve of what he's doing. He said, regarding the in-betweener. We said, what the fuck you mean by that? He said, well, I am, to use an improper term, his boy, and with that comes a good bit of discretion and a large bit of respect regarding things said in confidence. But you scratch my back and I scratch yours. So he negotiates with him. As later, we see that he activates these things that he put throughout the city, putting out this grid, right? And that shit makes the sound again that he had heard as a kid. So he follows the sound all the way to this orb right here, right? Up into this room. So he puts this goddamn suit on because this shit leads to the outside of fucking reality itself. Space-time is a constant in this reality, Dimitri, but there are no guarantees the same rules extend beyond that. He's like, all right, I got a suit. I ain't worried about that shit. So they hop in there and they go into this room. That's what it looked like on the other side. So he goes to this door. He opens it. Then he go into this like unknown space. Turn his damn his jetpacks on. You see these weird ass things. This damn machine thing starting to fuck up. That's where you see his mom and dad's ship. He goes down there, right? And that noise go off as you see these damn things is there. That's what they was. They was the ones making that noise. So they lunge at him, right? But then somebody jumped in front of him with this yellow mask. He got the green mask. Whoever was in that green mask the yellow mask stopped that shit. Rips it off, and his like energy comes out. So the green Dimitri grabs that damn person in the yellow mask. Go through the door again right here. Get up in there as these things chasing them. Then they jump to that orb again. He tells them to cut the signal. So they fall down, right? And he tells the damn Pokédex thing to scan that thing. He's like, scanning, we don't know what the fuck it is. So dude takes the damn person that came out with him, right, to the park. It was his mom. And she was young as hell at first. And she started getting older being outside of that damn place she was in. Before she dies, she lets us know that his father's still in there and she dies. So he goes back, right? And he's like, all right, I'm going back in that motherfucker. He says it's going to take 2 months for me to come back. I'll see you then. 2 months later, this motherfucker still ain't came back. That was the end of that issue. Now the next issue, right? It was 100 years later. We see Doctor Strange, this girl, and fucking Win with the Living Tribunal, the In-Betweener, and all the rest of these motherfuckers. Oblivion. They just whooped these gods' ass. And now they gotta surrender and become fully a part of their demand. They was outside of all that shit, outside of reality. The Living Tribunal said, yeah, that we won, but this shit, a single conquest and a single territory only requires a single supplement, not 3. Whatever the fuck that shit mean. Then it was a big ass explosion as they murked they ass basically. So after that, Doctor Strange and all them motherfuckers talk for a second. Then they talk again as they basically, he was trying to tell her to come with him because he don't trust the in-betweener, which is this motherfucker right here. So the next day, Wynn goes to where Dimitri was at, that damn ship at. We find out this motherfucking thing been locked up for years and shit, but he don't go crazy and shit like that. He can't break none of that shit. He been locked up for 8 decades. So they use magic and they go inside the ship. They get in there and they see this body right here just floating. It was Dimitri. His ass is dead. But he took this thing right here, right? Then a week later, he goes to this AIM science building. He get up in there and these motherfuckers was like, hey man, how the fuck you get in there? He's like, hey, I'm just here to tell you one thing. Get the fuck up out of here. He pulls this thing right here out. They run. Then he goes into their little central force, put that thing into the machine. Then he make this big ass birth of a universe, basically. They said, bro, this is a weapon of total annihilation. A power machine. You using that to power a machine that recreates the conditions at the birth of a universe. Bro hops into that bit. Then he goes back in time, right? But this is now. This is now for him. But we going back in time. And this is where he meets up with himself. And when she first recruited him to be the damn avatar of her. And this is her true form. And he also explained, like, he basically could travel time. Like, that shit ain't shit to him. Science would say that basically his atoms are traveling through, like, through unknown shit until they crash into one central point or some shit. But that's his power. The motherfucker could exist all throughout time. Then we go 40 years ago, but it's still now. It's still current for him. He just went 40 years ago. And he meets up with the in-betweener. But he wasn't here for him. He was just passing through. This motherfucker was on some place that was built on the Terminator of a second Earth. And one half is in light and the other half is in dark. He asked, why the fuck is these black swans here, though? They was like, oh, yeah, we gonna show you why your ass here. You see this damn thing right here? That's his body. They fucking been tormenting a version of his ass. I guess this supposed to be like his future some way. Then bro finally gets the fuck up out of there and he goes 10,000 years from then. He goes up in there and he meet up with this old man, which is himself. And he asks him like, damn, did we lose? He's like, nah, we serve a all external fucking power ass God. They're good, but it's just us. We lost everything. Then this motherfucker goes 150 years ago, back in the past, goes to this church and he meets up with his younger self. And his younger self trying to see did somebody die that was close to him. Because it was his wife. He was finna get married. He meets up with the goddamn the powers to be again. And he basically asks her, like, look, did you know that she was going to be the avatar to that natural order of things? She's like, yeah, I did. But if y'all didn't do that shit and I didn't intervene, y'all wouldn't have saved the world if y'all did. So she basically gave him a choice. I can make sure you get the life that you wanted, which is being fucking happy and shit like that. But you got to sacrifice basically the world and all the good you did to it. What's it going to be, serving? And she asked that shit. And that was the end of G.O.D.S. I don't know what the fuck it changed for the Marvel landscape. But I'm gonna be honest with you, this shit was not good to me, bro. I read the whole shit, been reading it this whole time. This shit been boring as fuck. I did like the little last shit that I just showed y'all, though. That's why I wanted to show it to you. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with it. I do know he's a new character and that other girl's a new character. And now we got the natural order thing. And I do like the new look for the gods, like the Living Tribunal and shit.